Some of the most mysterious structures on Earth aren't buried in ancient cities. They're hiding in plain sight, hidden in rock, in the ocean, and in silence. And no one can explain how they were made or why they exist at all. In the heart of Nebraska's ancient prairie, something sprouts up from the ground, twisting, perfect, and wrong. It looks engineered, a stone helix, buried in prehistoric sediment, locked in place for millions of years. Locals called them the Devil's Corkscrews. Scientists gave them another name, Demon Relics. The first were unearthed in the late 1800s. Ranchers stumbled upon them while digging fence posts, mistaking them for tree roots or petrified vines. But they didn't branch, they didn't break. They coiled downwards, deep in the ancient sandstone, like the threads of a forgotten machine. Some early researchers thought they were fossilized freshwater sponges. Others argue they were mineral growth, or remnants of massive aquatic plants, but none of it explained their shape. Tight, mathematical, and uniform. In 1893, paleontologist Erwin Barber proposed a radical idea. These spirals were burrows carved by an extinct land beaver called Paleocaster, a prehistoric rodent tunneling down in spirals to escape predators and control drainage. That theory stuck, and for over a century, it's been the dominant explanation. But not everyone's convinced. Spiral burrowing is rare in the animal kingdom. The geometry is unnecessary, inefficient even. And while a few fossils of Paleocaster have been found near the spirals, they're inconsistent. Some corkscrews are completely empty. Others contain no trace of burrowing debris. Critics argue they were still backward engineered, a plausible explanation stretched to fit the evidence. Geologists have offered natural causes: sediment collapse, mineral leaching, water erosion, but that doesn't explain the scale, or the pattern, or the precision. A spiral, repeated across the landscape, embedded in rock millions of years old, too perfect to be a mistake, too unnatural to be ignored. Could it be a behavior we no longer understand? A structure for something else entirely? Or are we looking at nature expressing itself in ways we yet to decode? Whatever they are, the Devil's Corkscrews remains one of the most unsettling shapes in the fossil records. Deep beneath the bogs of the Ural Mountains, in a place untouched for thousands of years, something impossible lay waiting. Not a bone, not a stone tool, but wood. Ancient, dark, and carved. In 1894, gold miners draining a remote beet bog stumbled upon what looked like the remnants of a wooden pole. But what they pulled from the earth was far more than that. It would come to be known as the Shigir Idol, a 9-foot-tall statue carved from larch and preserved by the peat's lack of oxygen. Then came the test, and the results shattered everything. Carbon dating revealed something that defied the timeline. The statue was over 12,000 years old. That makes it the oldest known wooden statue in the world. Older than the wheel, older than writing, and twice as old as the pyramids. The idol is carved from a single trunk. Its surface is etched with zigzag lines, faces, chevrons, in a vertical sequence of symbols running down its length, like a forgotten code. 7 distinct faces stare outward, each one haunting, symmetrical, deliberately placed. This isn't random decoration. This was made with purpose. But by who? And why? By the time of its discovery, archaeologists refused to believe it. The idea that hunter-gatherers living at the end of the Ice Age could have created symbolic art like this shattered the accepted view of human development. But the evidence held. Advanced radiocarbon tests in the 1990s, and again in 2018, confirmed the idol's age. Theories began to emerge. Some believed the markings represent a form of proto-writing, a visual language lost to time. Others argued the idol was used in ritual, possibly representing gods or ancestors. Its expressions are neutral, watching, eternal, like a century. What's more, the idol was buried intentionally. Some researchers believe it was taken down piece by piece and placed under the bog, perhaps as part of a ceremonial burial. It survived not just time, but obscurity, hidden underground for over 10,000 years, only to reappear when the world was finally willing to question its past. We still don't know who carved it, we still don't know what it says, but one thing is certain, it was never meant to be forgotten. Off the southern coast of Japan, beneath the quiet waves near the island of Yonaguni, a staircase descends into the ocean. Massive, angular, too precise to be natural, the structure lies 60 feet underwater, carved into solid bedrock. Terraces, platforms, right angles, and corridors. Some call it the Yonaguni Monument, others simply call it a mystery. It was first discovered in 1986 by a local diver, searching for new dive spots. But what he found was something no one could explain. A submerged complex of geometric forms that look carved, not eroded. Built, not broken. The site spans over 300 feet in length, with step-like layers and sharp, clean lines. There are hallways, a towering stone pillar, a massive L-shaped corner, even what looks like a ceremonial platform. Some researchers believe it's the remains of an ancient city, one that sank into the sea over 10,000 years ago, possibly during the end of the last ice age, when global sea levels rose over 300 feet. If that's true, it would mean an advanced civilization existed in Japan thousands of years earlier than recorded history allows, but not everyone agrees. Mainstream geologists argue the monument is natural, formed by earthquake fractures and erosion acting on layered sandstone, a trick of geology, not architecture. Yet the debate refuses to go away. Carvings resembling faces have been found nearby, tool marks, symbols, massive stones arranged in deliberate patterns. Some divers report finding tunnel-like features and staircases that align with the cardinal directions. Yet no definitive artifacts have ever been recovered. No pottery, no bones. Nothing that can place a civilization there with certainty. Just a stone, quiet, submerged, waiting. Is the Yonaguni Monument an ancient megalith lost to time, or a natural formation that only looks intentional through human eyes? Either way, something about it doesn't sit right. In a world where history is often rewritten by what we find underwater, this may be one of the cleanest signs that our past is far stranger and deeper than we think. That was just 3. There are dozens more out there, buried, forgotten, or maybe just ignored. If you want to keep digging, subscribe. We're just getting started.